Welcome to tonight's Zoom. Thank you guys for hopping on. As you can see, we're in a different environment. As I was saying before, we are in a different room. We are at Dan's parents' house in their office right now. So I'm enjoying my 4th of July early while we're here, and his mom's birthday. So, all right. So if you did not see the Zoom from last night, if you were not on that amazing Zoom, not to pat myself on the back, it had nothing to do with me. It had all to do with the fact that there was a lot of information. That's what made it amazing. So if you did not see it, please go check it out. It was actually recorded, and it's in the Legacy group right now. If you did see it, hopefully you've already started to work on your 1-star executive game plan. So a couple of things to touch on. Like I touched on last night, I'm just going to go into it again really quickly. The important stuff. The May 30th stuff, the Tuesday the 2nd stuff. So if you came in, or anybody in your team came in, well, they would have to if you came in before them. If you or anybody in your team came in right before pre-launch or during that first week, the May 30th week, right, that first start of everything, then you need to make sure that you, as well as your team, knows to be commission qualified, active, as we call it. I keep saying terms from my old company, to be active by this Thursday, because we are now coming into our 5th rolling week. So, hi, Levon. So that's number 1. Number 2, as well, because of 4th of July this week coming up, everybody gets really, really lazy. And I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about customers, potential brand ambassadors. They're not going to be looking to start a business on Wednesday and Thursday. It's just how it is. People are going to be out celebrating. They're going to be doing barbecues, family time, all that stuff, traveling. I know a lot of people are off, right? A lot of people are off on Friday, so they're already leaving on Thursday or Wednesday. So you're going to have a lot of people check out. You might even be one of those people. Hopefully not, if you have a goal in your mind. So just know that even though we have 2 weeks left before July 11th, the cutoff to hit into the Director Summit, just know that it's going to feel like a shorter 2 weeks because of the 4th of July 2 days coming up, especially that July 4th is Thursday, which is when we're kind of pushing a lot for that last closeout day of the week before we start the new one on Fridays. So just know this ahead of time and plan accordingly. So what I said yesterday, and I'll say it again, make sure that your structure for 1-star executive, that game plan that's in the group that you can print out, or should print out, is filled out by Tuesday the 2nd. So if you already know that you have, say, 3 people in these boxes and you need a 4th, and then one of those people needs to be in the box below with their 2 people, right? Say there's only 3 and you need that 4 and nobody has any brand ambassadors under them, then you already know, okay, I need another personally enrolled brand ambassador, and I need to work with my brand ambassadors, my 4 of them, and see who's going to run and who's going to start to sign people, because then that person can be your executive, and then so on and so forth. So, okay, those are the important stuff. So what I was talking about last night was this whole week, we want to be setting up our structure. So that way, come Friday, we can start working on volume. And I know that, and again, I'll talk about this too, I know that Andrea did an amazing Zoom a few days ago about volume and about working on, and I wish I recorded that one, by the way. We're going to need to do another one, Andrea, by the way, when you're feeling better. Talking about focusing on VIP customers in order to get brand ambassadors, and that is very, very true. That's something that I did in my old company. I used to always say, your best brand ambassadors will be customers first. That's without fail almost always going to happen, because they're able to try the product and they fall in love with it, and then they see the potential in selling it. And because they already have their experience with the product, it's a no-brainer. So that's why they make some of the best brand ambassadors. So what she said was 100% true, but because we are on a time crunch right now, what we're setting up to do is to strategize. So what you want to be doing, again, from now until Tuesday the 2nd, which is literally in less than 3 days, you want to make sure that you are set up with your structure. Okay. Now, if that means that you are still just sitting at brand ambassador, you might be brand new. You might have signed up yesterday. You can still get to executive. As a matter of fact, you can actually get to 1-star if you really push yourself. It's totally up to you. I'm not going to push you. You have to push yourself. Okay. So, but at the very least, you need to be executive. That is 100% fact. You need to be executive. What is she doing behind me? Oh, you can see her little head in between. Okay. So she's with us 24/7. All right. So this week will be structure. Starting Friday, unless you get structure done early, by all means, start your volume then. But starting Friday, if you've taken that long to get there, we will work on volume. So I want to talk about a few things about volume. Okay. One of the most important things is that you need to know how much volume is needed, how much volume is between your brand ambassadors and their goal, including yourself as well. You need to know how much volume is between you and your rank goal. Okay. So for example, all right. And this is how easy this is, you guys. All right. So 1-star executive game plan, right? 1-star executive, you need 500 volume in your lesser leg. Regular old executive is the only rank in the entire comp plan that does not have volume attached to it, which is why I'm saying if you are not even at least executive by Tuesday, you need to get some stuff in order, because that is the easiest thing in the world to do. And I know that you guys can do this. And again, if you weren't on yesterday's Zoom, just a heads up, I already said I've been way too yellow with you. I need to show more of my red. So if any of this sounds aggressive, I don't mean for it to be. It's just me like lighting a fire under you, okay? So at the very least, need to be executive and teaching your people to be executive, because there's no volume attached. All they need to do is sign 2 people and everybody needs to be active. It's not difficult. As a matter of fact, 2 packages out of the sign up, of the 3 sign up options, give you that volume and make you an SBA. So if I were you, I'd be pushing the $199 all day long, because that's my favorite pack. I don't normally push the $499 just because not everybody can afford that. If they ask me about it, if they've seen it, absolutely, I'll talk about it. But I will always tell them, you know what, the $199 is what you want to do. And it's true. If I didn't become a founding partner, I would have gone with the $199, because it comes with products. It comes with 3 products. It comes with the volume, and it gives you that SBA title. That's a no-brainer for me, right? And that makes me automatically active for 5 rolling weeks to where I'm able to get paid. So that's all I need to know, okay? So here's how easy this is. At 1-star executive, you need 500 CV in volume in your lesser leg. Now, if you know that you need 500 volume in your lesser leg, and say your other leg is just, it's that elephant leg where there is just a lot of volume in there, it might be a shared leg, right? And that other leg, the inside leg, has nothing going on, but you have your people in place, you have your structure, okay? So you and your downline, you and your personally enrolled and their personally enrolled, everybody's, need to come together, okay? You need to come together and enroll 4 people between all of you. Here's how this is gonna work. Anybody in your downline in the lesser volume leg needs to come together and enroll 4 people. You enroll 2 people for the $199 and 2 people for the $499. That's 560 volume right there. Boom, you're 1-star executive. That's how easy that is. This is what I mean when I say it shouldn't be all on you, because you have a team. Your team did not sign up for you to do all the work. You guys need to work together, and that's how easy that can be done. And if you're trying to go 2-star, again, print out 2 of these sheets. 3-star, 3 of these. I love how easy that is. So if you're trying to go 2-star executive and you know that you need 1,500 in volume in that lesser leg, and your other side is already covered because it's got a lot of volume there, then you do the exact same thing. You work with your downline in that lesser volume leg, whoever's in there, work together, and you start enrolling people, each of you. Even if each of you enroll a $199, a $199, a $199, maybe somebody does a $499, that starts to build up, plus their customers, plus your customers, all of that adds up. That 1,500 can add up very, very quickly, but it's about working together. So that's something that I wanted to talk about, because a lot of times people will see the 1-star executive and think, yeah, but I don't have the 500 volume. Okay, well, when's the last time you did a Zoom with your team and talked about, okay, how many people do we need to enroll? How many customers do we need to get? How many this, how many that? Because at the end of the day, with you hitting a certain rank, that's fantastic. But in hitting your rank, your team is hitting their rank as well. It's not just you. There's no, I climbed to the top of this mountain by myself type of thing. This is not a 9 to 5. This is not a, I'm the president of the company and everybody else makes less than me. You can make more money than me. If you didn't know that, you can make more money than anybody in the company because of how this compensation plan and structure is set up. But you can't do it alone. You can't do it alone unless you go on a customer enrolling binging spree where you just constantly just retail. You can get pretty high up there. But rank-wise, you need people under you to be earning their commissions as well and changing their lives and going after their goals and hitting their ranks for you to hit yours. So the most important thing is that you work together. That's just, I mean, everybody knows that, okay? So again, follow-ups. This is how you can get your volume. One, you can get it through customers. Actually, as a matter of fact, you need your 160 for 1-star executive. You need, and this is on the chart to check off. You need your 160 PCV for 1-star executive. Now that means 80 of that can be from customer volume, from just customers. So say you have 2 customers that both order a bottle of Synergy, right? That's 80 PCV at minimum. That's 80 PCV. Actually, it's 84 if they order the lowest one. So if you can't get any customers from that point on and you need that other 80, that can also come from a personal order if you need product. And if you didn't know, any unpaid commissions that are sitting in your back office right now can be used to purchase product. If you didn't know that, you can use unpaid commissions. I actually might be doing that tonight because I really need some more 250 lemon. You guys, I'm obsessed with it. And me and Dan have been sharing the bottles, so we might do this.
Yeah.
Any unpaid commissions that are in your back office, when you go to checkout, when you place an order through your eSuite, it will give you the option to pay with any amount you want from your unpaid commission. So that right there, if you didn't know, I saw somebody's face kind of perk up when I said that. So that's something to know as well. That's something to tell your team also. Bridget, this is a business of helping people. The better you help your team do, the better you do. I love that it's built like that. Yes, I love that too. I was in a prior company. Some of you might have been in said company. Actually, I just saw somebody hop on and I know she was with said company, where you could literally do all the work to get to the top, but no, it was written into the comp plan, or not written, but it was built in to the comp plan where people didn't really know it unless they dug in and knew legal and illegal comp plans. This, by the way, is completely legal on ours. But back there, some of the stuff was illegal. And I didn't know it at the time. I had no idea. But the way it was set up to where your team doesn't have to do anything. And you can just, like, they didn't need personally enrolled. You can just place people all day long. But what is that? What happens with that? One, it leads to frustration because you're like, okay, you're getting a free paycheck. You're not doing anything, right? That was my, Dan always used to yell at me. I was like, this is ridiculous. And then it also leads to really quick turnover rates because people they're not invested. They're not working. They're just making money for free for free work. They're making money. So it's a really bad setup. And that is why that company has a very big turnover rate. Thankfully, we will not because of the way it's set up. And I love it. I love the fact that we need, no matter what, we need each of us to enroll ourselves for personally enrolled brand ambassadors. They can't be put under us for us to hit a certain rank. We at the very least still need our 4. And I love that because it's the legal way of doing things. So that's just another, must be nice. Exactly. And it leaves your business vulnerable. Yes. Like Dan always says, you're building on quicksand when you're in a comp plan like that. People lost bonuses when they lost ranks and had to pay money back. Yes. Bad business.
Good setup.
So, okay. So every week, this week, next week, every week moving forward, your people need to be going executive. That is, I know there's always like this game plan, right? Everybody talks about this game plan. I know Emrys Corporate is putting out a system, so to speak. We will, in addition to that, as we're working on it, we'll have always our little things too, because for our organization, our team, we do things a certain way. Ashton does things a certain way. So I want to make sure we touch on everything. belly to belly, social media, and then whatever you guys feel most comfortable doing, that's what you do, right? So I would never force you guys to do anything you didn't want to do. But the main goal is that, I can't talk, this is my mother. The main goal is that you want to be, from day one, if somebody enrolls under you, teaching them how to go executive, because it's the easiest thing imaginable. There's no volume attached, like I said. If they enrolled, and they enrolled as a $199 kit, they're already an SBA. So now all they need is 2 people under them that are also SBAs, 2 personally enrolled. So you just help them and explain to them how to get them. Same way that you know how to get them, right? Talking to your warm market, letting people know this big announcement, like, hey, I gotta let you guys know what's going on, what I just signed up for. I'm so excited right now. You know, I'm obviously not sounding excited right now, but you get the idea. So these are ways that will as well bring in volume, because volume is attached to those sign-up kits. So when you're thinking, oh, okay, I've had a lot of people, actually, not just you, but I've had a lot of people ask me, how do we get volume? And I said, well, you need to enroll, you need to do your job. You need to enroll customers and enroll teammates. That's it. That's literally where the volume comes from. I don't ever want, even though it's an option, one thing I don't ever want is people that get into this business to make money to be spending money. Now, in other businesses, because we own one, we know this is very true. You need to spend money to make money. That is very true when it comes to business in the general sense. But with something like this, if it's not there as the only option, use the other option. If you're here to make money, I want you to be getting your customers, getting your personally enrolled brand ambassadors, instead of having to dig into your pocket for that volume. If you have to at the end of the day, I understand, but just know you don't have to, okay? Like, because that's the thing. People get into this to make money. I don't want you to spend your money, right? This is not, you know, you're not opening up a boutique. It's different. My mother needs to stop calling me. So it's different. So that's something else to know. I will never, ever pressure you guys into spending your money when you don't have to. There is another option. It's called getting customers, right? So as far as getting customers and getting that volume, a few things to do, okay? Now remember, this week, since we're building structure, going back to, again, what Andrea said the other night, you wanna focus on one thing. So right now, because of the structure, you wanna be focusing on posts and messages that are centered around the business only, not about the products, not yet anyway. So center it around the business so that way you have more focus on something, because I've done this. I have been, okay, well, today I'll talk about the business and I'll talk about synergy and I'll talk about this. And it's just too much. It's way too much. And if you're drilling home the whole concept of join my company, right? Like, not saying that, but the whole business side of things, people need that exposure more than one time. So if 1 minute you're doing the business and then the next minute you're talking about the product, you've already sort of lost them from that second or third exposure about the business, because now you moved on to something else and it's kind of all over the place. So focus this week. And I know I said the 2nd, right? You want to be structured out by Tuesday the 2nd, but if it takes you till July 4th, if you're sitting at home not doing anything for July 4th, then by all means, go do what you have to do for this job, right? But I'm saying the 2nd because your potentials are going to be not online as much. They're going to be busy. They're not going to be focused on buying a product or joining a company. So we have 2 weeks left. Like I said, it needs to be done by the 2nd. Okay, structure set up this week. And then after we set up the structure, we're going to work on the volume. All right. So let me just touch on really fast again. Signing BAs, okay, signing customers. Let me actually go back because I didn't get into the customer part. So the volume from customers, what you can be doing. You need to be posting more than a few times a day. You want to be looking at, like, for customer posts, you never want to be talking about, what is this? Okay, we have a Guinness beer here. So you never want to say this is synergy, all right? You obviously don't want to be posting pictures of the product in 5 posts a day, right? You still want to put yourself in there. Unless it's Guinness. You still want to put yourself in there. You still want to be just talking like how you would normally talk and infusing the product into those posts, right? So for example, say here's a post that I would make. I would have, you know, Maybe I would talk about my anxiety, right? I would talk about my testimonial. We have to be very careful with testimonials right now because you have to make sure, because I can't check all of your stuff. So you have to know what we can and cannot say. We can't say, I know somebody wrote in the group the other day, and while I would have loved to have, approved it, I couldn't because she used the word fibromyalgia. We can't use medical terms, right? But we can say anxiety. We can say anxiety. We can say stress. We can, to an extent, say pain, but not the medical terms involving the pain. So we can't say fibromyalgia. We can't say, we can't make it sound like the pain is chronic. So however you need to word it to make it sound like it's not chronic. Anxiety is a medical term, but for whatever reason, when it comes to CBD, it is okay to say that it can alleviate the side effects of anxiety, or it can help with the symptoms of anxiety, the feeling of anxiety. And ways of saying that, I have talked about my anxiety, but I did it in a way where I said, I just talked about my past. And then I said, what's been helping me? And all I did was show the bottle. So I didn't actually use the words, our Synergy CBD has changed my anxiety, right? You can get very creative. If you really, really think, you can get very, very creative. Like somebody just asked, Danielle just asked migraines, right? So migraines can be chronic, right? For me, I get them every once in a while. But you can be creative and just talk about how you have severe head pain. Exactly. Like I had a splitting headache today. Splitting headache usually means migraine, or, what else comes with migraines? Like nausea. You have to sit in the dark, right? Your eyes hurt.
It feels silly that we need to dance around these, what we're saying is obvious, but unfortunately, as far as the FDA goes, it's just how it is.
Because it's not yet regulated to a fullest extent. We have to be very careful.
We're not a medical product.
Right. And the second you decide to tell people that you're a medical product, it costs millions and millions and millions of dollars to get that even approved.
It's just a different type of,
Yeah, it's way different. But also, most importantly, even more than that, is the fact that we have to be very careful with what we say now, because we don't want 3-4 months down the line, all of these testimonials, these amazing testimonials that we can't yet go back and find because there'll be so many of them, to tweak them. We don't want to have that happen where they're already out there now. They're in our groups. They're in our ATM Legacy Lounge group or the Discover Hermits Lounge. We don't want all that stuff in there to where we have to then go back months from now and take it all back, clean it all up, get rid of them, delete them. And then by then, those testimonials, they can't be rewritten a lot of times in the way that they were written initially. So that's just something to think about. But talking about your own testimonial, right? If you word it a certain way. Talking about what it's done for other people, right? Or just the fact that you love the flavor of lemon. I made a post recently where I made a vegan lemon tart picture, and I gave all the ingredients. It was a recipe. One, I know women and men, really. I know my audience loves to see desserts. That's something I know I get a lot of hits on when I post something involving something sweet or food in general. So what did I do? Lemon was coming out, or lemon just came out. So I went and I had lemon on the brain, and I was like, I'm looking at vegan lemon tarts. So all of a sudden I found this beautiful photo, posted the recipe. It got everybody's results. Everybody was hitting on it. But then in that caption, I said, I'm already obsessed with lemon, and I'm so beyond excited that we have this lemon CBD oil. Like, this is what it tastes like. I'm gonna go and make this lemon tart while I'm waiting for my next shipment of it. Things like that. Getting very, very creative, where you're not just constantly in somebody's face talking about buy this product, buy this product. Nobody wants to be sold to, but you can sell to them without selling. So that's a way of getting those customers as well. But most importantly, to get a customer, get them into the lounge. The lounge is going to be where they can look at all the info, right? There will be testimonials coming in there very, very, very soon. And I'm going to need your help with that in the Legacy group. You'll see some posts that I'm going to be making. Yeah, but they will be going into the ATM group, the Legacy Lounge, or the Discover Hermits Lounge. Guys, I cannot speak tonight. I'm watching the time too, because I know we have a Zoom in 3 minutes. So they will be going into the group as well. And that will help you on top of what's going on now in there to really seal the deal. Because at the end of the day, people just want to know what it can do for them. right? So at the very least, even though there's no testimonials in there, tell them what it's doing for you. Just tell them, don't worry about stating off facts. Just tell them how it's working for you, and talk to them like you would tell your best friend. Talk to them like you would tell your sister or your mother or, you know, a really good friend, coworker. Speak like that. Don't worry about all the details. You know, a lot of times people that don't really know too much about CBD think that they need to know everything, and you don't. All the info is in the Discover Emerson Lounge. You don't even need to worry about that. You just tag them. Just tag them in there, right? But then in the follow-up, say, okay, what questions do you have? What questions can I help answer? And then when they say if they have a question, that's when you can take it upon yourself and use me and Dan. If somebody has questions about what they saw in the ATM group, right, add tag message group, say, you know what, I would love to get you into a three-way chat with my upline and my business partner, Jess. She's a founding circle member with this company. She will be able to answer everything for you. I'm still getting started, so I want to make sure that you get the right information very quickly. I'm going to add you in right now. Don't ever ask. I never ask. And not for any other reason than the fact that, you know, I just don't give people options. Like if I just do it, that means I'm leading, I'm taking control. And that's what you want to do as well as a leader. Okay. So just tell them, I'm going to add you into this chat really quick with my upline. It's a great question. Let me pass it over to her because she'll be able to answer it. Get me into a chat with them. You don't need to ask me. I don't ever want you to ask me. If you saw the link for our three-way chats, three-way Zooms, three-way calls, if you book me for those every single day, you don't ever have to ask me. I know, Roseanne, you were saying, hey, do you think we could do that? Use the link. Don't even worry about asking me, you guys. I am literally telling you, use me so I can seal the deal for you in those cases where they still have a lot of questions. Use me all day long, okay? So, all right, I don't want to keep you guys any longer. Just know, again, Tuesday you want to have your structure done. If it extends till Thursday, that's okay. If you have questions about what else you might need, feel free to reach out. Feel free to reach out through Messenger. I'm here. I would rather you reach out through Messenger than post something in the group because I don't always get to see it. At the very least, I know that on Messenger, I'll be able to hop on there. So, all right, that is it. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk a little bit more about volume because I went off on a tangent here, but you know the basis of it. If you need 500 in volume in your lesser leg, you work together with your team and you start each signing people and you will have literally 500 volume that same night. You can go 1-star executive by Thursday if you put this strategy into use. If you get your structure in by Tuesday and get your volume in by Thursday, you guys are golden. You're golden. If you need that extra week, that's okay. But just know this stuff can be done in a matter of hours sometimes. It's just all up to you. It's all up to you. All right, I know we have the Legacy Zoom. Some updates are probably going to be happening from corporate, so I will let you guys go. I'll post this in the group afterwards, and I will see you on the Zoom in like 5 seconds. All right, have a great Sunday. Bye, guys.